What's up, friends and fam? My name is David Cole, and I play the drums. What's good, guys? It's been a minute. How you doing? How's life? Yo, it's another day in LA. I thought I'd show you guys like what I'm doing today, and then later today I want to talk about what I am practicing currently in 2020. I thought I'd just turn on the camera, talk about what's going on in my day, bring you through what I normally do on a chill day in LA. So yeah, it's a chill daily vlog day. It's one of the best parts about being a musician is that I make my own schedule. And that's great because I can sleep in whenever I want and I can stay up late as long as I want. Usually I try to wake up at 9 a.m., but today I ended up sleeping in until like 10:30. And as I mentioned in my 2020 videos about my goals and whatnot, health is a big important part that I'm working on this year. Just health in general is important. So every single day I wake up and I just do a workout here in my apartment because I can. No one's below me in my apartment complex, so that's great. So I can basically do whatever I want and make as much noise as I want. So basically my main workout here at home is just jumping jacks. And I know that sounds very simple. So what I've been doing for like the past month is doing 1,000 jumping jacks a day. And right now I've gotten to a good pace where I can do about 1,000 jumping jacks in 30 minutes. And I'm even pushing that to potentially do 2,000 jumping jacks in an hour. And doing 1,000 jumping jacks equates to around running 2 miles. Of course, I'm not an expert on this, so you probably know better than I do, but this is just what I'm doing and it's working and I feel very healthy and I feel a lot better. I feel good, you know? I feel like I have a lot more energy and I just feel more present in general. So yeah, my normal daily life, wake up, clean, work out, shower, and then I start my day. So I finished all that today and it's Friday right now and I actually have to get ready to play at church tomorrow, which is gonna be another video actually. I'm actually going to be talking about my live recording setup with this camera and the mic I use and how I get my inner mix. I'm gonna talk about that all in tomorrow's video. I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna post that, but stay tuned. So right now, I'm gonna go over the songs that I have to do for church tomorrow. Then I'm gonna run to my lockout, practice them, also maybe record some Instagram stuff and I can talk about that a little bit. And then from there, I think it'll be good to talk about what I am working on and what I am practicing for 2020. Lots of good stuff today, so let's get the day started. Also, I really should put away my Christmas tree now that it is the end of February. So the good thing about playing at church this past year is that we do songs again and again every couple weeks or like within like a 2-month rotation. So what's good is that this weekend I've done every single song before multiple times, so this is a lot easier. And the good thing is I already have a lot of my notes written in here. So yeah, I'm good to go. So we can just go straight to my lockout and practice. So let's go to my lockout. Beautiful. Call Mom Cola.
I love you very much.
You mean it?
Yes, I do.
Hey. Guys, I'm really dumb. I'm really stupid. My cymbals are in my apartment. And I drove all the way here. And they're in my apartment. I mean, I think I can make this work. Okay. I found a clutch. We can make this work. We can make this work. I think I might just use kick snare hat today. I think that will be cool. Kick snare hat, floor tom. Okay, so one of my favorite things about my lockout is that I always try to leave it completely set up, and I thought my cymbals were here for some reason, but they're not. But I try to keep it completely set up so that I could just walk in and all my mics are set up, everything's just ready to go. I just literally turn on a couple things, plug in my computer, open Logic, hit play, and then start recording whatever I need to record. I also added this softbox too to my lighting. Go down here, turn on this, and that turns on that light. And then I can go over here, turn on this light, and then I have these little backlights as well, which are very bright. So you like this floral shirt? I haven't worn one in a while. Alright, friends and fam, heading home now. I'm tired. I worked on this one song in particular, so check it out right now. Alright, friends, fam, heading home now, and I'll talk to you guys when I get back. Peace. Alright, I made it home, friends and fam. So my friends hit me up and they're like, David, come play Call of Duty. So I'm gonna play Call of Duty. Now, I think this is an important part of life, is that everybody needs balance in their life. And so I'm a big nerd at heart. I love Call of Duty and I love video games and I love YouTube and watching YouTube and TV. And I feel like the longer I go working 24/7 and not giving myself time for myself to like really check out and really just do whatever I want to do, the quicker I get burned out in the long run. Like over Christmas, I felt so burned out because I felt like I was just working 24/7 that I took like an entire month to just do nothing and do whatever I wanted to, just because I was tired of making videos for a bit. Just because it was a lot of work, you know. Consistent editing, consistent uploading and everything, and I was doing like a video a day on Instagram, and it was just a lot. So one of my goals for 2020 was finding balance. So part of my balance is to give myself like a couple hours every day to like just relax and check out. And I found it good because my friends in Ohio are 3 hours ahead of me, so it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock their time, and they go to bed by like what, 11, 12? So that's a perfect 2 hour, 3 hour at the most block that I started giving myself to sort of check out and then get back to work. Like right now it's like 5:30, so I'll probably be done by like 7:38, and then I'll have like 4 hours before I go to bed to edit, to work on videos, to do whatever else I need to do. So it's like a nice break. It's like a good dinner break as well for me. So yeah, all of this to tell you that it's time to pwn some noobs on Call of Duty. So let's get to it, and we'll continue the musical side of this vlog after I finish. Yo, friends and fam, I finished some work, finished playing some games. Yeah, just having a chill rest of my night. About to go out and see some friends, actually. Spontaneous, hang out and play some games. But yeah, I just want to talk a little bit before I end this vlog. Lots of fun stuff going on in 2020 thus far. I'm just trying to find a good balance, like I said earlier. Just a good balance between work, play, health, and everything in between. Just trying to be as productive as I can without getting burnt out as well. Along with that, a big thing that I've been working on in 2020 is my practice routine and what specifically I'm working on. And I've been taking this past month and really thinking about what I really need to focus on, like what are my weaknesses and what do I still have to overcome to become the best professional musician that I can, to continue to succeed in this industry. Now, about a month ago, I actually had like a pretty bad gig, which really opened my eyes. I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video, but basically what I learned from this gig was my weaknesses and what I still needed to work on in my playing. And even though it might suck to have a bad gig, it was really eye-opening, and it made me even more excited because I found like another weakness in my playing that I can rise up and overcome to become the best, most powerful drummer in the world. But really, it was a very eye-opening thing that just showed me my place in the grand scheme of things and how far I have yet to go. It just showed me different things that I haven't thought about before that I really should be working on. So let's talk about that. For 2020, what I am practicing is songs and learning music. Specifically, music of all different kinds. Now, if you've been following me for a bit, or if you follow me on Instagram for a while, you know I'm a very technical player. I can do all the chopsy stuff. And that's a lot of the stuff that I've always posted on Instagram and some stuff on YouTube. Shed sessions with people and other drummers and going crazy. Like, I love the technical stuff. And in school, when I was looking at different players, like different professional musicians, I was really observing the technical aspect of it, which is not a bad thing to work on. But up until this point, I really have been only focusing on the technical aspects of playing drums and less about the music side of it. I'm not saying that I don't have any experience, because I feel like I do have a lot of experience, but one of the main things that has come across to me on many gigs is that I feel like I don't want to say like uncultured, but I feel like I just haven't done my research, or I feel like I haven't done my research into like the history of music and why things sound the way they do now, and where Like, I don't know the best way to describe this, but here's an example. So looking at live pop music right now, like even if you watch the Super Bowl with Shakira and J-Lo, the live playing at the shows can be a little bit different than the records, and they could have more intricate things going on, different hits going on that aren't in the original songs, especially with transitions and intros, outros, all this different stuff. And I feel like a lot of that was inspired by like gospel and R&B and a lot of that stuff for a lot of these live arrangements in pop music right now. And one of the biggest things I haven't worked on was I haven't dug up like classic R&B standards or gospel or even just like 1990s 2000 pop and how that has influenced everything that's going on right now. Now I feel like I can basically play all the technical things that the professional drummers are doing in these different kinds of music, but now it's more of learning how they applied it to the music and applied those technical things or applied like chops or different fills or how they set up hits in these types of music. Especially just because I feel like that music really inspired what's going on now in the live pop world, at least from a lot of the stuff that I've seen and have been exposed to. So that's one of the biggest things, and especially when I play with people that are like 10 to 15 years older than me, I feel like I have a lack of knowledge because they grew up in 1990s, 2000s, and that was like their golden era, and they grew up with like so many classic, really big and influential artists. And I feel like even though I was born in 1995, I didn't start playing drums until 2010. And a lot of my time has been so focused on the technical stuff, and I haven't experienced like that golden era of influential artists and songs and albums that have influenced these kinds of players that are major in the industry right now. So that is why for 2020 I am practicing and going back to these classics, and I've been asking like all my friends and everyone I know that really knows this kind of era from like say 1980s up until 2010 is because I've never experienced or really taken the time to go back and listen to a lot of that stuff. So if you go over to my Instagram right now, you'll see that I'm actually working on this stuff like D'Angelo's Voodoo and Israel Houghton, Alive in South Africa. Like that's stuff, I'm really trying to dig deep with that, and I have a million albums to go through, which is basically the goal of this next year that I'm adding on to my 2020 goals. It's a lot of work, obviously, and I'm trying to also balance that into my routine and everything I'm doing currently. And honestly, I don't have that much going on this year, anything like majorly planned or anything big. But the biggest thing for me this year is growth, and I think that's a really important aspect, and I feel like truly be trying to become an adult and figure out all the money stuff so I don't have to worry about it, and really just hone my playing and my abilities to the fullest, and not only being technically skilled but also having the knowledge and understanding of the history to really back up my playing. So hopefully when I get into a musical situation that might be somewhat influenced by this era of the 90s and early 2000s, then hopefully I can make the proper musical choices and fulfill any expectations with the people that I'm working with or playing with. So yeah, that's what I'm working on this year. I have a list of many albums. If you want, if you're interested, we can talk about that in a separate video and what exactly I'm listening to. If you go to my Instagram right now, I'm diving deep into it and I'm working on new songs to me anyways. Yeah, doing my research as best as I can and just trying to grow and become a better musician. But yeah, lots of things on my mind and going on in 2020 thus far. But regardless, I'm thankful for all the people that are sticking their necks out for me and really giving me all the information I need to like do the work now. I don't know if that makes sense. Basically giving me the tools so I can grow and hone all my skills and abilities so I can take over the world. So yeah, friends and fam, that is my spiel about what I'm practicing this year, and if you want to know more about it or have any questions about it, comment it below. So yeah, friends and fam, thanks for joining me on this lovely LA day. I'm gonna go chill out and hopefully get a good night's sleep before church tomorrow and before the next video I record. So yeah, friends and fam, my name is David Collett and I play drums, and I'll see you, my friends and fam, later. Peace.